All right, everyone, good afternoon. It's Monday. Oh, and as I said that, I remembered that I haven't really had to look at the date. I could have a quick look, actually. Hang on. 21st of February. Have I forgotten what to do? It was Tuesday that I saw you last. Oh my goodness, this could be the longest stretch that I haven't done a movement snack. Just trying to have a think. I don't think it is. It's Monday and it's the 21st. Thanks, DS. Just trying to remember, Dawn. I think this may have been the longest stretch. Not the longest stretch as in flexibility stretch. It's crazy English language for you. So many meanings for the same words. Well, to say I've been on holiday is probably a stretch of the truth and the longest stretch of time. And we will be doing some stretches today. How many other meanings are there for the word stretch? Answers on a postcard. But it's gone really quick for me. I'm sure it has for you. Time is, now we're in February. Before we know it, it's going to be August. Change is as good as a rest. This is true. And actually, I did a big catch up yesterday I had a whiz through comments and things. So it's, as you've heard Dave and Kel say, it's really, really odd when you lot are not in our days. Proper does feel like, whoa, hang on a minute, what's going on? I haven't done a movement snack. So super to be back and great to see you all here. Maybe I was thinking, oh, what's happened? What's happened? Is everyone still here? So let's just do a quick check. Miss Perry's in, DS is in, Super G's in, Ken's in, Vivian's in, and yeah, I was going to do a bit of a plug on that. I'm just looking for a plug. I've had a couple more emails, a flurry of emails, and we're asking for your comments. It could just be happy birthday, thank you very much, and just give us a line about what's happened in these 2 years with us. Maddie's in the house. Afternoon, Maddie. Clebs is in too. Afternoon, Clebs. What was I saying? Yeah, the Make Movement Your Mission birthday Zoom. I've had collecting emails with comments. We've got poems, we've got thank yous. It really is just a big old positive audio birthday card. And if you don't want to be in the Zoom to tell us your birthday message, email it to me and I'll say it. And it is really so that we can video it, put it out there and continue to encourage people to join us. So email me Bex, B-E-X, at laterlifetraining.co.uk with your birthday message and say, yes, please send me the Zoom link nearer the time when I've created it. Hello. All right, Clevs. Margaret's in, afternoon. Did I see Maya in there as well? And did I see Kim come in? I think I did. Kim McLean also. So I've got a new sway for you, said in a French accent. Hello. Not very French. Don't do languages. Afternoon, Maya. Phew, you are on time. You are indeed. I've got a new sway for you, and I thought I would call the sway. Pause for effect. That's not what I'm going to call the sway. This week's sway is called Franklin. Frankly, it's called Franklin, and I've taken blustery wind as inspiration. Now, I haven't been thinking about this for 5 days. I didn't have a 5-day break just to come up with that for now. So this week's sway is called Franklin. We've given it a name and is inspired by the wind. No, I don't think I am. I don't think I really wish it was called Frank. I would love a storm to be called Frank. Franklin gives it this air of superiority that it can do without, because it kind of pretty much rules the world anyway. But maybe we'll go with Frank. This sway is called Frank. And I have no idea what the time is. Afternoon, Carolyn, good to see you. No, not see you, good to see your name. If you are new to this group and you're wondering what's going on, this is the preamble that is about to end, thankfully for you. And we get on with the movement snack, the business of circulation boosting in sit or stand. the business of a new sequence of sway 3-dimensional moves. All this stuff's in your day already. We just package it up in a different way so we can add and reinforce movement. And then some stretch. It's a 4-2-1 or a 3-2-1 or a 5-6-7-8. Good afternoon, Bex Townley from Later Life Training, Make Movement Your Mission. Let's get going. Have a look. Areas clear, external support close to hand. Remember, anything that is swayy on your feet, anything that turns heads or has various bits and bobs moving at the same time will challenge your balance. Not a bad thing, provided you feel confident that you have reactive steps and you have some external support close to hand. Good afternoon, Joy. Let's go. Every movement starts with some am I a bit lefty today? No, I don't touch the device. Do not touch the device. In standing then, feet are hip width apart. This is significant. Optimum place for balance and moving legs. Fix firm support either to the side of you or to the front of you. I could nick round the corner here so you can see there. If you've got space underneath of your supporting piece of furniture, then the Circ Boost might work for you with it in front. If not, you may need to have it to the side. I've got another one here. Start steady, stay steady. There is nothing exciting about circulation boost. There's no false claims here on Make Movement Your Mission. It is what it is. Get moving, more uplift, more activity through your supporting parts, a little bit of a squeeze, and any other amount of fidget or adjustments to postures. Do it. It's just moving minutes, adding to your day, and then we can add in the other parts. I've got the orange stripes on today, so you can see I go faster, I go slower, stripes. Steady, steady, your pace, not mine. If you want to park up on the legs, slightly wider through the base, and then focus more specifically on the upper body. You can see my logos doing a bit of a sway there. Allow the trunk to move rhythmically and naturally. If you want to bring arms and legs together, adjust this base of support back to hip width and off you go. Carry on, folks. Here's the seated options if you would like. From sit position, buttocks right in the back, right in the apex of the chair here, into active sit. Anchor and plant the feet if they are involved in your sitting position. And then can you see this march is all from the shoulder? This bended elbow is significant. We've shortened the lever, so we haven't got long flappy arms. We've got relaxed, slight bend, shoulder blades are down and relaxed, and we can then make the most of these shoulders and shoulder blade and upper back movements there. Just check you haven't gone into a scrunch hunch. Put some extra prompts to yourself to press and ease those down, and then off you go. You may have opted for a seated Circ Boost today, but you are working towards or are already on your feet at some point in the day. So you might want to have a hip walk forward, such a valuable movement. Working on the hips moving and transitions and transfers in and out of chairs. Bring the feet back a little bit. So just create a different angle. Check you've got some uplift. And now involve the ankles, feet and toes. Feet mobility, feet movement. So leaving the balls of the feet behind. So kind of bending the feet literally. And then go for the low lift. Go for the low rise. Toes barely off the floor here. Have an audio cue as well. If your march sounds like this, it might suggest that you haven't quite got as much foot mobility as we're working towards. So bend, walk it, all standing. We need feet to bend to walk. Bring in the other bits and bobs. You might want all four limbs moving. You might want to keep it to separates, upper limb and lower limb with some extra support. How does that feel on your hips in here? If you need to, just take a steady extend every now and then just to ease this feeling of movement here in the hips. Or you might want to take a pit stop and a rest every now and then also. The Circ Boost is a couple of minutes, just this. And we want it to do that, just to give us the feeling of we've boosted the circulation, we've got a light lift in the heart rate, and now the need to take some deeper breaths. And just enjoy those. So the whole of the trunk and the rib cage. Just bring it all in through the nose or through the mouth as well, just however you want. Get it in and get it out as well. Right, now we are ready. New sway. The sway this week is called Franklin. Inspired by the wind. Have a look. Here are the standing prompts. I'll give you the seated ones just in a moment. Now, when it's windy outside, we take the feet slightly wider there. So if you are stood in the wind, we want a wider base of support. The knees are slightly soft. This feeling of relaxed tension, so you feel strong and confident to take on a little bit of Franklin. I'm not suggesting you walk out in a storm. I don't want to get myself into sticky waters here, but you know what I'm saying. Knees are a bit soft. Here we go. Now we're going to take a series of arm and trunk and sway movements towards the support. So if you know a bit of support might be worth having on hand, you're going to travel towards the support, not away. So have a look, lift and lengthen, put in a couple of shoulder rolls there. It's exactly the same in sit, high up on the sit bones, active through the centre, a little pinch in the shoulder blades and a light bend in this moving arm. The other one, also light bend, stays here as if it's kind of in an invisible pocket. So the first move is just the arm and shoulder with a little bit of a floaty hand there. If I just come into shot a little bit more, here's the support if you need it, or it might be in front of you. Have a look, there. And imagine the outside of your arm is just kind of going in a slightly upwards direction, there. We're going to repeat the arm movement, but we're going to add in a little bit of a side bend. There, I'm just going to change my angle slightly so you can maybe perhaps see better. Let me do that again. There's the arm, and then we add a side bend. And the third one, do an extra check, anchor the feet, press both heels and feet into the floor, and it's just a little sway across more towards that leg. Let me turn my position again. I'm far away from the support than I would like to be, but so I'm in shot. So here we go again. Arm only, arm plus a side bend, trunk remains upright, weight shift and arm. So this is feeling the difference between when we're bending the trunk and when we're just shifting the weight a little bit more onto one leg, but both feet are still anchored. Have a switch off. The switch offs and the rests and the fidgets are as significant because then we get another chance to train and rehearse the set-up position again. So set it up again, wide starts if in stand, high up on the buttocks if you are in sit. Here's the seated option. You just turn this way so you can see. Support, we're swaying towards the support. So the first arm movement was arm only and return. You can see you've got a bit of a floaty hand on there. The second bit adds a side bend, just a small one, and the third one adds a weight shift. Now in seated, buttocks stay anchored and it's like a ribby shift there. So I'm shifting the weight, extra squeeze on that buttock, but I'm not hitching the buttocks. Should we go again? Arm, bend, and weight shift, but leave your buttocks behind. That's the seated option. In sit, have a go on the other side. Arm only, arm with the side bend, and then a weight shift with the arm. That's seated options. Keep the feet anchored. So we are shifting the weight to the buttocks, but both buttocks stay in contact. We're not looking to lift. It's a shift, not to lift. Here's your standing options again. Wide leg. And feel that the knees are a little bit soft. Arm only with the side bend. And now it's a shift as if you're pressing into Franklin there. They're pressing back. So it's a weight shift onto this leg, just as small as you like. And then for the other side, you may need to change how you're stood to have that support in front of you. It may be here. There's the bend, there's the shift. And if we do it this way round, we can maintain the support. I'm going to go around one more time. I'm not going to use external supports just so I can get me all in, but you know where to put them if you need them. Sit or stand, external support where you need it. Here we go. There's the arm brace against the wind. A little bit more with the side bend. Trunk stays lifted and now it's a weight shift and return. Same on the other arm. Arm only, side bend, and then shift. Should we go around again? Quite like the feel of this one, Franklin. Frankly, I quite like the feel of Franklin. There's the bend. And then it's just a shift. Really strong legs for this one. Really anchor the legs, plant the feet, and it's just a shift towards that nudging into the wind on that side. Let's just take a shoulder roll and a end of sequence. That's day one. Sway called Franklin, and I'll expand on that tomorrow. For now, we're into stretches. Ready, steady. Here's your chest stretch in sit or stand. Have a sit if you want to remove the balance challenge completely. The focus now is reaching parts that you may not have reached today. So just take a big old circle backwards and then maybe squeeze the hands and fix them. There's your chest stretch position, easing in and out. So release the posture, the active posture position, grow again. It might be that you just take the chest stretch here with hands in front. Do maintain your usual breathing during this position, please. Breathing comes highly recommended. And it might be comfortable to get the hands here, and it might be more comfortable to take the back of the hands here. It just gives you that extra focus to press against, but it doesn't have to. It might be here. The feeling is you're lifting and opening the chest and just kind of squeezing and easing the shoulder blades together. If you haven't had a good old lift and expand, chest expand today, crowbar it in now. We're looking to find the fullest possible ranges of comfortable motion for you. And if you've been a bit hunched and scrunched and bent over workstations or work surfaces, just oppose that flex position and open out and extend and get the spine in its even better position. That's your chest stretch. Moving on now to back of arm stretch position. Before this one, just put in that upright active posture again. Head stays still and just check in with yourself to see where you are comfortable to get your hands side ahead, back ahead, base of neck, a little bit further down. Just be aware of where you're comfortable to be. And then we put in that stretch position. Maybe if I come back a bit, I'll get more of me in. So that's you preparing for then to take fingertips towards and take that elbow position in an upward position and pause if comfortable. This position here of the elbow may be anywhere from pointing down to the floor, pointing forwards, or going up. It's all about your shoulder ranges of motion. All of this should feel comfortable. A feeling of, effort, but movable and comfortably so. Nothing painful, nothing forced. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, something borrowed, something blue. You know what I'm saying. It's all about you. Don't look at my ranges of motion. Just have a look at what we might be aiming for over time and see what your start point is today. There. Stretching the back of the arm. Head doesn't move at all. And I'd rather that the head doesn't move and you get the elbow to here, then you contort the head and you can get the elbow a bit higher. Just everything so that everything is comfortable and where it was designed to be. That's your back of arm. Extending the back of arm on now to bring in the armpit junction, my words, you won't see that in an anatomical book, and the side of the trunk. And we kind of need this for the Franklin sway that we've just done. And trunks need to bend, turn, extend and bend all throughout our daily activities. And this one just further serves to contribute to reaching high and a little bit of sideways bend as well. We're not staying up there forever. It's just momentary. You might be in stand, you might be in sit. There, take a pause, and then a reach there, and you'll feel the whole of the rib cage is going to shift here. If I turn slightly sideways, this lifting arm remains slightly in front of the body. It's not going directly up or behind. It's like there, as if you're reaching forward and up, as if you're putting your washing on the line. What's going on? Got me labels hanging out. Other options, folks, could be you might periodically want to take a bit of slump and a rest, if I can turn there. So take the rest, take the lift, maybe take the Cossack arm position, as I call it. Take a deep breath in, lift and shift. You might want to take a bit of a bendy there. There's a bit of a bend left to right. Everything is really slow and deliberate. There's nothing quick, no fast movements in this 4 p.m. movement snack. And this is purely so you can feel everything going on. It might help to have doubles, it might help to have singles, this feeling of extend, and you might also want to use walls for this, for extra support, there and there. If you haven't reached high at any point today, crowbarring it now, maintaining these movements of everyday living, being more mindful of how we move is what movement snacking is all about. That's the top end done, pretty much. We've done the chest stretch, the back of arm and the upper side. I've got 2 leggy ones for you now, if you would like. If you would like the leggy ones, have a look. If you don't want the leggy ones, maybe go back round the Franklin sway. Entirely up to you, or go around the upper body stretch positions again. 2 key leg ones that are in your day, either for seated activities, putting on shoes and socks, and for standing activities, walking, strides, slopes, etc. Can you see the position of my back here? When I take a slump, I go into a curve and I roll back towards my coccyx. We're going to stretch the back of the thighs, so we need to shift that pelvis position, so roll through towards your pubic bone there, so we're not in a slump. We've increased the gap here between your hip and your ribs, around your tummy, and then one leg out, knees slightly bent, so off the lock. We say relax the foot. Other hand can support. This is a lift and a hinge, so imagine the trunk as a drawbridge, hinging down, creeping the fingertips down, and just check in with yourself where that's comfortable to be. Knee, shin, ankles, toes, or beyond toes. Slowly in, slowly out. No sudden movement. So we're not turning to momentum or force to get further. If we can't get there with control and ease, then we're not going any further. No sudden movements, just an ease and a squeeze. You'll feel the tension, that feeling of stretch. The muscles are stretching. There's literally a feeling of tension and stretch around the back of the thighs. Anywhere from behind the knee all the way up the back of the thigh, perhaps right into your buttock sit bone there. You might want to have a hover around. You might, on this arm here, want to go down to elbow and have an extra reach there. Can you see that my spine is flat? It's not bending in the middle. It's all about the hinge, and I'm keeping my head and my chest lifted, keeping the gaze neutral there. All about the hinge. Technically, if you had a straight pole down the back there, it would stay straight. Can you kind of see? This is this hip hinge position that we talk a lot about. Have a bit of switch off, have some foot pedals, have a slump, deactivate, decompress, build again, active through the postures, and then maintain your normal breathing, ease and squeeze down. Hopefully you can see how this particular movement directly relates to the ease and the comfort of connecting hands with feet. Picking up objects as well also. If you are on your legs in your day as well, all of that movement around the hips and that flexibility in the back of the thighs directly relates to comfort of stride length, step, stairs and slopes as well. Moving down the leg to the calf stretch, adopting, taking up the same position that you just have upright through your trunk. Make sure you're not rolled back towards your coccyx if you can. Have a tilt. Knees comfortable off the lock, and now the moving part is the foot. So trunk stays here, the toe comes back, press the heel forward, and now that feeling of tension and stretch is behind your shins, behind your knees, right down to the back of your heel. Take a pause, have a hold there if you're happy to, or just slowly release and pull that toe back. When I say pull that toe back, your shin muscles are pulling that toe back. There. Good. No sudden movements. Slowly in, slowly out. Would you like a standing option for that? Removing the balance challenge, hands on something firm. That's why we have hands on something firm, because we don't want to challenge the balance here. We want to try to get the best possible feeling of stretch. So I've got hold of a firm stair here. Confident stair, ball of foot. This is why we need bendy feet, so I can put balls of feet down first. My feet are actually hip width apart, and then I lower that heel, just coming close to the support there. Having a check down, my toes are facing forward, my knees, my hips, my chest is forward facing. When I lift the heel off, the feeling of stretch will dissipate. When I press the heel down, the tension will come on, and it may be that you feel you can creep a little bit further back or add a little forward bend. Front heel stays on the floor is the other check there. Step in, take a pause. Now don't look at my range of motion here. This is all relative to you and how confident you feel to take that backward step and control that heel down. From here, or actually if you do this alongside your support, that gives you other options. It gives you an extra feeling of support there, so I can nudge up to this support. From there I can do some extra stretch positions if I'd like. I can repeat some of the ones I've done. So getting in some double whammies, more related to life. In life we probably use arms and legs, be that in sit or stand, so we've got various movements going on at the same time. That's it folks, let's finish with a bit of a Bex hug. As you reach forward and give yourself a hug, you're getting a stretch across the upper back there. If you would like some forearm ones, there's those feelings there of stretch across the forearms if you've been gripping and grappling at things. That's it, that's day one. We've done part one of Franklin. I will be back with you tomorrow to add on to that. It's lovely to be back, folks. And do let us know if you want to join us for our birthday Zoom. It's on Sunday the 20th of March, so that we can edit it, etc., and get it out for the 23rd of March. Email me or have a look at the post at the top of this page and I'll send loads more prompts. Thank you folks, good to have you. Thanks Rodrita, hello Fiona, thank you Gillian with a G, Miss P. See you tomorrow, same time. Bye for now.